Hey there, guys. I thought I had somebody put in the comments today, please could you post more live games? So it's Saturday morning and I'm just in the mood for playing some Blitz and really kind of working on my aggressive and spicy repertoire. So I've pulled up the Saturday Blitz Marathon Arena on chess.com, which runs I think for 24 hours and it's got 21 hours left. I'm not even going to try doing that. There's lots of players on already, 1,330. We're just going to dive in and I'm going to see if I can get my Blitz rating up from 1287 up to 1300, or let's just see how far we can go. Okay, so we've started, got an opponent from Australia, I think. Yep, and we're going into the Icelandic gambit. All right, so declined. So if I take, he's going to recapture with a wing pawn, but then we'll have doubled and isolated queen's pawns. Okay, that's fine by me. We can trade queens. And this is still absolutely fine if he wants to take that. Okay, but now I can't recapture because my queen's gone. Okay, so I think right now a couple of options. One is develop the bishop. Another one is just to castle straight away. I think I'm going to castle because it's aggressive. Put my rook here with discovery ideas. Okay, so he's blocked. Can I put any more pressure on that pawn? Not immediately, but I could put my knight here. It's a thought. Can he defend again? That doesn't work. So I don't think he can defend that pawn another time. If he pushes, I'll just take and win my pawn back. So we're looking all right. You attack my rook, you son of a gun. Okay, well, trade off your bishop if you want. So now he's moved his bishop twice, and I have a development lead because I've got 3 pieces out on the board to my opponent's 2, and I've centralized my rook. So potentially owning the e-file, but we shall see. He's got to get his bishop out in order to connect his rooks. Okay, he's after this. I guess now if I can just take, because the knight defends that pawn, and then I'm just threatening to kick the knight away and defend my own knight. So I'm kind of happy now. Kick the knight. Okay, now if he takes me, I get an isolated pawn. If I take him, he recaptures with the B pawn and he unisolates. So, what to do? Maybe come in here, trying to get the bishop off. Maybe not. Didn't sanity check that one, did I? Okay, I'm going to improve this knight. Just start creeping up towards the king. That was just a blunder. That's what happens in Blitz, guys. And I've got 3.5 minutes on the clock. Right, you have to use your time. Okay, so now he wants to trade off, which is absolutely correct. But if he wants to trade his bishop for my knight, that's absolutely fine. I can still play, okay, that's fine. So it's 1 bishop against 2 knights in the ending, 2 defenders, 2 attackers. Okay, so nothing gives. I'd like to go there, but that doesn't work either. So I think it's time to push pawns up the board. Not expecting to win this, a piece down. We're going to put up a fight. I don't want to take his knight. There, knight takes and nothing really gained. So let's leave the pawn isolated. That drops this. See, definitely not on top form right now. How long's that been hanging? Oh, immediately. Okay, so you can attack a rook. I can't take this pawn. Come back here and guard the promotion square. He wants to push. Okay, that's not a big issue. Can't go here. So I'm going to come here. I am finding that Blitz players of a certain level tend to be stronger than rapid players around that same level. Okay, I'm going to put my king here. Oh no, that just blunders. Right, let's resign this one. Okay, that was a warm-up. Let's go, next. Let's see who we get. 1093. Oh, respect. He's got a picture of the dude from the Big Lebowski. Okay, so this is the full Copycat line in the Vienna. This is all good. And I'm going to... Do I capture here straight away? So he wants to come in here and fork my king, yeah? If I capture there... Ooh, what? If I take queen takes, I get the rook. I take queen takes, I get this pawn. Okay, let's try this. Check. King can't take. If he moves his king, I'll probably just trade queens. I might even move my king there at some point. Okay, so he's taken. Now I'll grab this. He should block with the bishop, but then I get the knight. If he blocks with the queen, I get the rook. In fact, I'm still looking at the rook. I think it's safe to say my opponent here is rushing his moves as well. Right, you're in check. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 moves. Knight there drops the rook with check. That's not great. Bishop there. So I've won 3 pawns for a bishop at this point, so I'm up. Well, I'm not up, I'm equal. And here it's saying my opponent will auto-resign, but that tends not to happen. Seems to be a bug. So I'm looking at 1. Okay, so now I can't win the bishop. I could come in here. Now, the big question is, if I get the rook, my opponent has queen f2, and then capturing here. So that's not fantastic. So I kind of need to defend against that, don't I? I think develop my knight. Safety first, boys and girls. King safety is paramount. Got this. Bishop takes, knight takes, because the knight here is pinned. Okay, now, knight here. If knight takes, I get the rook. If knight doesn't, I get c7, and this knight is still pinned and can't recapture. Trying to make things complicated for my lower rated opponent. So I'm on 1282 in Blitz. Again, it's saying he's going to auto-resign, but it never happens. Okay, interesting one. Here, knight takes, no. Here, knight takes, queen takes. No, I'm just going to grab the center. I'm trying to remember to sanity check now. I'm not down in material, so I'm okay. And I keep a strong position is the idea. Okay, so now I have takes, knight takes, nothing. Alright, so I may have to do some kind of evasive maneuver. That was a decent move though. Oh, I can capture this knight. Say bishop takes. I'm going to take the knight out. Queen takes, I have a check and I escape. Bishop takes, I've got a check here. Pawn probably goes there, but he's weakening in doing that. Okay, so that's undefended. I'm just going to drop back. Also defends this pawn a second time. He pushes again. That's not great. This is going to lose that probably. Okay, interesting. He's playing all right, this guy. Let's castle the king. It is putting it on a semi-open file, which is a bit hairy. But I'm quite happy with my position. Okay, that's a discovery on the queen. If pawn takes here, that's okay. I'm just going to bring my queen back. Pawn takes, queen takes, lined up with the king. Always good to have a major piece lined up with your opponent's king. I have knight in here again. Hits the queen, if needed. I'm a little bit up on time, but not much. He's got good control over this square with bishop and knight. So I'd like to develop my bishop there, but that's not going to happen. The question is he going to take here? If he does, I don't see a problem with recapturing with the queen. Okay, he's down under 2 minutes. If I can, I think I'll push e5. Just to solidify the centre, shut things down for my opponent, reduce options for this bishop. He's still not castled, so we want to take advantage of that. Maybe even a nice dark square pawn chain, although I only have a dark square bishop. Okay, queen takes. Now he's using his time. So you need to use your time in a measured fashion. This rook is undefended. Okay, now, is he wanting to castle that way? It's not a bad idea if he does. That doesn't work. Let's go here. He'll probably castle. No, he doesn't. Okay, knight's defending that. It's going to be attacked twice though, so drop back to here, maybe. Or is there anything better? Here? Here and... No, blunder. Didn't sanity check. Didn't sanity check that one. Okay, now it's going to be desperate times if he spots. And he's taking his time a little bit more now. Sanity check, Hunty. If we lose this one, we're slipping further behind. Okay, now let's attack the knight. And we're going to try and win this one on time. On time. Okay, now he's counter-attacking my bishop. Let's complicate matters. This bishop is pinned. I think I want to do this still, centralise the rook. He can still castle actually. Alright, play that. He's got that, but there's no rook here, so that's not too bad. Alright, let's go here. He can't take, because knight takes and it forks king and queen. And he's down to 29 seconds. Oh no! Oh no! What just happened? Pre-move the queen capture. Because it's on a plate. It's guaranteed. Cool. Right now. Lift the rook. So I've won the queen back. Double the rooks. Defend. I could kick the knight away. Can't go there, there, there. Okay, let's kick him again. Can't go there. Okay, that's absolutely fine. Let's go here. 7 seconds. Check. Pre-move. Check. Okay. And just come back. All the way back here. It's fine. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't want to put my king on it. There. So let's come back here. Check. X-ray defend the pawn. Check again. I'm just winding down the clock now. Okay. And move a pawn. Check again. And that should win on time. Phew! The dude does not abide in that instance. Let's do it again. Come on, 1286. Let's go. Alright. 1334 rated opponent. What are we going to get? Let's go Danish. No, I messed it up. Meant to do c3. Okay, but we've got an alternative. Now he's thinking. Find out what you're thinking about. Let's go away with queen. Be cheeky. I said we were going to be aggressive, and I've got two other angles as well to get to that f7. So we come here, have a poke from this way. Develops knight. If he does, bishop drops in here. Okay, that's a thought. That's not a bad move. Okay. I think the focus for this game needs to be on not dropping the queen. I'm going to take that. Okay, now. Knight, knight. We're looking at f7. If he takes, I'll recapture with a knight. Okay, I can take that for free. Knight, knight again. Threatening his mate. So he'll have to trade off his bishop, I think. Okay. No, that's not on. So let's develop this knight to here. Defends this pawn, which wasn't defended before. Okay, we're rushing slightly here. There's a check with a fork on this pawn. This pawn's defended in case of rook b8. So, for example, if he pushes, I take, and then I'm threatening to take on c6 as well with check. Okay, I think I can take here because I've definitely got some escape squares. Huh. Right, so I'm threatening now knight takes c7 check. That's the only real way to stop it, or bishop back here is a thought. Spicy stuff. Still got ideas of knight and then bishop out here. Okay, thought as much. Okay, let's hit the bishop. Can't take there, can't take there. I can castle. Queen's not in immediate danger, that's covered by the bishop. Okay, do we take out the bishop or do we do this? I'm expecting pawn push, yeah. Okay, but it kind of weakens, so just retreat. Let's bring the bishop back onto this diagonal. The queen's not trapped yet. Still got this. Okay, interesting. Now that just gives a free check because he's blocked the queen's defense of that pawn, which is not great. Okay, now calming down. Do I defend the knight? I defend the knight. And now I'm threatening to capture with a discovery against the rook. See the importance of just taking that extra moment. See, my first thought was, let's retreat the knight somewhere, not there, maybe there. Then knight takes, queen takes, probably fine. But this is, I think, better. And I wanted to put my bishop on this diagonal. It's defended here, and it's defending the knight. If this knight moves, I have a check, which is okay. Right, okay, I have an escape here, but let's... Now what I'd love to do would be to attack the queen or something with tempo, but I'm not going to do that. So this actually undefends this knight as well. King has to move. Oh! Doesn't have to move. Okay. But I get the rook, and he gets the bishop. Okay, game on. Let's castle now. I'm up 3. Interestingly. So I'm up an exchange and a pawn. And look at his pawns. Not good at all. 2 pairs and a single. I've got a 4 and a 2. And I have a check here. Right? Always look for checks. Make it part of your normal thought process. Okay, I feel like I want to centralise my rooks. Everything's kind of defended. Let's put a rook in line with the queen. Also covers that square a second time. This is not a problem. We can come here with ideas of checks on one of these squares. And he's down to 136. Gambits can do that to a fella. This pawn is pinned. So even actually knight here is a thought. This knight's under threat. Now if he goes back here, do I have this? Takes me... no, don't. Or he may move his bishop with a discovered defence by the rook. But he's got... okay, that's one thought. Okay, let's try this idea now, yeah? Hits the queen. Might come in here, especially if the queen might goes there or there. Come in here with a three-way fork. He has to trade knights. It's only going to be good for me. Need to be careful about this square that the bishop's looking at. It's also pinned. So maybe retreating the knight wouldn't be the worst idea. Or this and then retreat the knight with check. 32, 31. Okay, now this forces a trade of knights. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Still got time to defend this pawn. Okay. So currently everything's kind of defended. I'm going to need to drop back. Or here and trade queens. Now then he has bishop takes, doesn't he? With check. Oh, but then I take the bishop. No, I don't. Okay. Yeah, queen all the way back here. A rook here probably. Maybe even put the king in the corner just to get out of the pin. And that just drops a piece. There we go, we are beating a 1300. Excellent. With 4 seconds on the clock, you're not going to get very far, mate. Okay, you can now safely give up. Alright, nice one. So what are we, 2-1? Okay, and we have white again. And another 1400, 1455 from Georgia by the look of it. Yes. Okay, let's go Vienna again. We know what we're doing with this Vienna. Vienna gambit, pre-move the pawn advance. Okay, that's actually inaccurate. Knight now has to move back anyway. I'm going to play this to de-encourage that move. Then I want to play d4. Or can I play this now? Queen has to retreat. Yes, let's do it. Threatening c7. Common idea. If queen retreats, I can take the pawn with check. The discovery. Wow. I can do that anyway now. I missed that move. That was an interesting idea. Also threaten c2, which is often a weakness. Okay, now I'm threatening this. Where's the king going to go? Where is the king going to go? This is a toughie. I've even got this as well, which threatens king e8 mate. That might be even better. Again, it's threatening to auto-resign him, but it never does. Okay, now this threatens mate in 1. So what can he do about that? The answer is not a fat lot. How does he... Okay, he's got knight here, then knight takes. Boom. Nice one. That was a beauty. Right, I'm on a streak of 3 and I'm ranked 206. And we're 1300. Woo! That was brilliant. Okay, 1447. And we have the white pieces again. I'm going Vienna again. I don't care. Right, semi-copycat. Oh, very quiet. Okay. Now. How now? Should we chuck the queen out? Pretty easy to defend. He might just develop his knight. Nah. Okay, let's go f4 now. Gambit spirit. Okay, knight here. Alright, now we have many ideas. Because f5 now really cramps my opponent. Both bishops are then awful. Let's do it. I'm going to castle, maybe. Might even castle long here. There, bishop out to here. Okay. This is fine. Actually, their pawn takes, I have to move my knight, and then that's in trouble. So let's improve slightly. If he wants to take me, I'm grabbing back with the pawn. Or queen is an idea. Okay, let's put my knight in the middle. Because there's no c pawn now, or this. So if knight takes, bishop takes, that's an outpost. And I'm looking at this, I'm looking at this. This one's pinned. And this one's going to be vulnerable. So I'm not sure about trading knights now. Okay, thoughts. I could push g3, or I could take. Take and queen takes to here. Don't think he's got a great continuation. Okay, do this because it comes with tempo. Goes here, we win the bishop, so he can't go there. So he's got to go back to there or there. Okay, that was a waste of time on your part. Now I'm going to trade off the knights. I'm going to put my bishop here, looking at this pawn that's defended only by the queen. I want to get my queen out. Look at this. Queen out again anyway, so now we're looking at h4, h5, h6. Okay, this pawn's pinned. That's not a bad move. However, his pawn can't take either. So I don't want to push that too soon because I might want to put my bishop here. Trades, trades. Okay. Interesting. Right, let's just slide back. I've got push, trade off on here. All right. If it takes, I've got queen there. That's good. So I'm gonna let's castle the king first. Maybe line up 2 rooks. Okay, that's not bad. Oh, bishop here. Bishop. Now this is hanging. Can't push this because bishop takes. Alright. Didn't see that. Didn't check for that one. Okay. There's no point in taking. Here. King takes. I'll keep my rook over this side of the board. Attack the queen. Pawn pushes, I have a check. Also threatening this. Okay, attack the queen again. He's on 3 minutes, I'm on 2:30. Still want to come after this pawn. You're looking at my rook, are you? How dare you, sir? Sod it. Let's do this. If he pushes his pawn, it just blocks off that whole diagonal. Okay, let's go here. Look at this pawn. Many, many threats. Do I take the pawn now? Do I take this pawn? No, I don't, because it's defended by the bishop. Alright. If he takes... yeah, that's not good. So queen has to take. Pawn can't take because it hangs the queen. Alrighty. Do I take this pawn now? What do I do? He's still up an exchange and a pawn, so this hit the core, queen might take there. It's not the end of the world. You have a check. Still have this, and would you pin that rook? Okay. Oh. Okay, now got two attackers there. Harass the queen, attack this. He's playing solid moves, you see. And the point of Blitz is if you can play solid moves in Blitz, then fair play to you. Okay, this rook is pinned there, can't move. Alright, fair enough, I'm going to come here. Oh! Bugger. Right, I think this one's a goner. Resign. No point fighting till the bitter end in a Blitz game against a high-rated opponent. Okay, we're going Scandi. My opponent's 1202. I'm now 1301 after that defeat. Okay, I'm going to take and trade off if he wants to trade off. Now my queen's looking at g2. You do not want to trade off, huh? Can't say I blame you. Because fianchetto the bishop, look down that way. Because that's already a weakness. Ideas of this. Really taking his time there. Okay, I'm just looking where this knight can go. I don't see any immediate issues. Oh, slowish. Right, now I'm going to push this and just defend the knight again. Also allows this bishop to come out and allows me to castle. Okay, this also prevents knight from coming here. Knight could still go here, but the bishop's now got no sight of that, so I'm going to castle now. Maybe this drop double stops the bishop going there again. This is fine. Two attackers, two defenders. So now it's just this knight. If this knight leaves the defensive h2, I have a checkmate. So, take this knight, he recaptures, take this knight, he recaptures, checkmate, is the plan. Okay, now queen defends that, so he's spotted that one. This pawn's now undefended. So let's develop the knight. Now if these knights move, I have 2 attackers on this guy and only 1 defender. I might put one of my knights on here, try and trade off. I have some time advantage, but I must not rush. Under 3 minutes. One thing that you'll notice very clearly if you watch IMs and so on playing Blitz. Do I want to open up the e-file? I'll take it with my queen. There's no threat from the knight. I'll take it with my queen. Might play this. Yes, that's out, that's okay, that's out, that's okay. So maybe here, anyway. Or there, try and swap the knights off. This knight can't move. So I could even now attack the pinned piece. Okay, swap off. Now this pawn's pinned. And this knight is now pinned. So now f5, and this is a different pin, right? Previously, it was queen takes knight with support. Yeah, now the threat is queen there or queen there, which is mate. So now f5 is going to come, attacking the pinned piece. So what he should do now is attack me to prevent that. So I think c4 is pretty much compulsory. Oh. Well, should I just take the rook? Yeah, so when you watch IMs play, they really use their time. Okay, I'm just going to do this. Comes with a threat. Then I've got this. If you take my... Oh, no, let's come back. Oh no, let's attack the rook, yes. Because again, he can't take... because I have 2 mates. Actually, I have 1 mate. This one isn't mate because he can go here. So the mating square is G2. Good. Okay, so you've had to do that. And now I attack the knight, and you have to give it up. And now you don't have C4. Oh, now I can't go there. Clever. Okay. I still have this. King goes here. I have this. King can't go there. King has to go here. I take a pawn. Wow. Right. Let's execute the plan. There. Now you have... oh no, now you do have that. Okay. But still I get some pawns. And you're down to a minute. So, take this pawn. Centralize rook. Attack. This is a good bishop. Oh, look at that. So always be scanning your pieces for what's possible, right? It doesn't take long, and it becomes quicker and easier with practice, right? So I just looked at that bishop. Where can that bishop go? You know, just look at all your pieces. Where can they go? What can they do? What's on? He's down to 35 seconds though. I've got 2.5 minutes. He's up slightly. He's up a minor piece for a couple of pawns. But he's in pain. If I had a knight, I'd want to do that. Okay, so you've got out of that particular idea. But how about this one? He's going to have to push the pawn. Okay, now. Just going to double up my rooks. 13, 12. King's the only defender of this bishop. That's a check. Bishop moves, we trade queens. He's on 5 seconds. Two, one, and you're out. Okay, got some more points. What are we on? 1307. Let's keep going. What's my ranking? Still 200 and something. Okay, go Scandinavian. And this is just a great, great way just to drill. Takes, pre-move. Right, so you're looking to fianchetto there, yeah? Okay, I'm going to develop queenside and then try and castle that away. There's no pawn that can fork. And anytime you put your pieces in this configuration, you've got to watch out for forks. Guy. Okay, I'm going to castle now, then get my bishop out, probably here, with attention on that pawn there. The knight doesn't concern me. Check. Force the bishop back, or the queen has to block, or the king has to move, which does not do you any favours. I'm also threatening this. My opponent's 1258. Oh. Okay, now, interesting. Options. This is defended twice. The bishop, however, is not defended. So now this is attacked 3 times and defended only twice. Okay. I think a check now, don't you? Queen blocks, I get the rook. Knight blocks. Should I? Got plenty of time. Got knight here as a thought. Don't need to take out the bishop. The queen can't recapture because I get the rook. It has to be king recapturing. Then I go here. I think that's worse. You're not evil enough. Okay, I'm going to take out the bishop. I'm up in material, right? So that's all there is to say about that. Push. If pawn takes, I win the knight. Oh, I had that. Still have it. Maybe. Pawn takes. The knight is mine. I'm going to be up 2 pieces. I'm taking with a queen. See if we can trade off queens. I want to take that. Oh, I should take it with bish. Okay, you haven't traded. Therefore, I'm going to take this. Rook here is not a problem because I can move the queen. Either rook to here. Okay, that's fine. I still want to trade off queens, but I have to develop this bishop. So I'm going to develop it to here. Just block off the d-file a bit. See, I can now be the annoying one. Okay, this is not an issue. Here, queen takes, bishop takes, fine. So now it's all just about putting pressure on white. If he loses his queen, he's out of the game because he's down a full bishop pair. Okay, how about this? That will do very nicely. Didn't even see that. 13-14, keep going. Where are we now? 174. I'm in the top 200. Van Croix. Okay. I'll go reverse London, maybe. We'll see. Always good to have a kind of a standard response to crazy openings. This is good. C6 is not a bad move. So this is kind of typical London stuff. Oh. Have fun storming the castle. 5 pawn moves on his 6 pawn moves. This is, we are in punishing dumb ass openings territory now. We really are. Okay. Let's go London style. This is going to prompt that. And then I have to retreat. So I'm just going to put my bishop there, get castled, and sit it out. Oh no, you bloody don't. Knight takes, knight takes. Jesus, what's he doing? What the? He's made 1 piece move in 9 moves. Okay, this almost deserves a video of its own, provided I can beat the son of a bitch. Wow, he is just a space invader. Caplek from India, and now he's moved another piece, but he's moved this an already developed piece. What the flying chocolate covered Christ is going on? What? Hey girl, you high? Talk about porn addiction. There. Oh! He suddenly remembered he's got a whole other row of pieces that he'd forgotten completely about. Okay, I'm going to put my queen here with ideas of checking in here. Can't be blocked, so a king has to move. Ha-ha! Ah, you see it, do you? You... Right, okay. Let's think about this. Everything's kind of got escape squares, and I'm not worried about anything at all. So what I should be doing is punching through the middle. Because my opponent's king isn't castled, so now I want to remove debris from the middle of the board, because I want to get to this guy and punish him badly. Okay, I've got 1, 2 attack. He's got 3 defenders. But I can trade off. Trading off isn't bad. Queen there would be mate. Trade. Okay, well now I can't trade anymore, but this is a check, yeah? And then I overwhelm this pawn. Bishop moves back, I win the pawn anyway. Okay, so now... trading. Just clear the way. And look at, I mean, this is just ghastly for white. To Ronald Weasley for the worst game of chess played in Hogwarts in living memory. I do not know what to call this opening without using inappropriate language. Okay, I'm going to clear the knight away. Could have gone there first to pin the knight, that would have been even better. A pre-move. You are one dumb son of a bitch. Here I want to get my rook onto the semi-open file, rook onto the open file. See, these general principles just come in handy again and again and again. Rook here. So now I'm threatening this. Queen can't take. Okay. Right, now. If here, Rook can block. No, it can't. Bishop can. And it's still Operation Bust a Hole in him. Okay, rook here. Then I'm going to push forward with the d pawn. I've dropped a pawn here, but we're not concerned about that. That rook would be a liability if anything. Okay. So let's push this guy. Do we? Is there anything better or worse? How about this? G5. Ooh, I don't know. This is one of these guys that just tries to get through by the skin of his teeth on tactics. I've met your sort before. Okay, that wasn't the best move, but okay, about lifting a rook. No, not sure. Not sure. Okay, I'm a pawn up. Down to 1 minute 26. Have to beat this son of a bitch. Come on. My bishop's kind of in the way slightly, so. Don't think he's got an attack here, because it moves that pawn, bishop takes, moves that pawn, bishop takes. I might want to put my bishop kind of there, I'm not sure. Okay. That rook is undefended where it is. Let's attack the queen. Get out of here, queenie. You're not welcome. And now you see, checkity-doo-dah. Checkity-doo-dah, checkity-day. Wonderful feeling. Double. Rook here, rook takes, wins. How about we take a rook? See the things that pop out when you are... King can't take there. Can't go there, there. Is that all you've got? And this could be a deflection as well. So if queen takes, rook takes, king has to take there, and then I get this, yeah? And now I'm slightly down, but he's in check again. Okay, now I want to come here, defend this pawn. Oh, I have a queen. Yeah, kind of forgot that. Okay, that's a check, supported again by the queen. Let's throw in another check. Everything's defended. Let's throw in another check. Gonna crush you in the corner. Let's throw in another check with the bish. Serious shortage of squares now. Throw in another check. Okay, I have to move. I've got 13 seconds. He's got 1:12. Okay, here. Threatening mate. You can't allow it. Check. Could end up with a stalemate. Need to be careful. I've got 7 seconds. He's going to try and get himself stalemated. And he gets himself checkmated. Boom! That's a beauty. 13:20 now. So I'm just wondering whether Blitz arenas are 1702. Okay then. Let's try this. Yeah, Blitz arenas are better places to pick up points if you are on form. Fight me, damn you. Okay. So we are now going... okay, here. If knight comes out, I've been studying this slightly. I want to trade off my bad light squared bishop for his knight, which is a much better piece. Okay, so now this is normal. I want to play this. I want to castle. I want to develop my bishop, maybe here. Let's get my queen here. That's the plan. Of course, queen can't go to h4 now. Rook's attacking that, so we can't have that. Okay, Operation Chill. We are not rushing here. So that Queen's Knight is often a pain in the Grand Prix. So I've done a little bit of study, watched a theory video. You put the bishop there just to avoid having pieces there with ideas of a pawn fork. Yeah, just trying to be sensible. Ooh, now my queen could go there. Okay. Or queen here. Push. Queen here. I might have knight there. I can attack it. All right. Ideas maybe. Oh no, because there takes, knight takes. He might take with his bishop. Let's just hold off for a minute. In fact, there, he's got to take because I'm threatening this. Or he has to push a pawn, which isn't great either. Oh! Oh! What? Okay. I take there. I'd love to put my knight in here if I can get rid of this pawn. How do we get rid of that pawn? I don't know. Right, let's bring this knight around. Maybe king, then knight can go there, there. Or move the queen. Okay, so you're threatening the knight. I'm not having that nonsense. I really want to improve these knights now and crush my opponent. What is best in life? To crush your opponents. What is it? Crush something underfoot and hear the lamentation of the women. This threatens mate. Takes, bishop takes, still threatens mate, and attacks a rook. So, what about this then? I don't think this one works. Got cats fighting now. Never a dull moment. My opponent is 1700 rated. And yet, I'm managing to treat him with equal contempt. Okay, that's undefended. That's undefended. Here takes, knight takes, hits two undefended pawns. Okay, alrighty. I see what you're doing here. Okay, do I sack this pawn off? Do I do something with my queen and then improve my knight? Maybe. I think I've beaten one 1700 in the past week or so. But it's pretty rare. Okay, let's block off. Now this bishop's rubbish. My bishop can improve to here. The idea is about taking out h6. If I play the knight here now, my queen is pretty much stuck. So I think I've got to do this. There's no point leaving my bishop there. I'd like to play c3 next if I can. He might try a pawn break on the f-file. But you see, this is just a sign that this is not a bad opening whatsoever. Maybe drop the queen back here. Well, okay. He's trying some counterplay, is he? Undefended, undefended. Queen here. Attack this pawn. Pushes queen in there. I don't get that. What are you doing? I'm going to hit you. He hasn't got time to double his rooks, but that would be surely foolish, right? Let's improve this knight. Then I've got pawn push takes, takes. Trade. Okay. Queen in here is an idea now. Bishop can go there or there, but then I win a pawn. Oh no, not if it goes here. Because here I don't win a pawn. What I want to be doing then is it time for a g-pawn attack. Oppa g-pawn style. Okay, he's down on time. That's what we're going to try and capitalise on. Here, pawn takes, knight takes, lose material. Okay, well, sod it, don't matter. I'm just going to try and win with clockness. Okay, so he's down to a minute, but he will... Oh, tits. Bugger that. Right in the ear. Just didn't have my eye on that whatsoever. Right, he ought to beat me now, but it's not over till the fat lady sings. Now the cats have come into my office to fight. What are you doing? Right, okay. 27 seconds. I've got nearly a minute. He's just dropped a piece. I'm threatening a fork. Too late. Bugger it, okay. 5. well, but that was a load of fun. Okay, I should have actually won some points for that one. Well played. Right, we're rated 159. Let's see if we can get to 150. That was a very close one. Okay, this is 11:23. My opponent is from Wales, called Black Run. He is. So this is now transposed into a French. And now I'm going to pin the knight, which is something you often want to do in the French exchange when your light square bishop can get out. So if you're a Scandinavian player, it helps to have had some French experience. Okay, I don't know if I want to play that yet. I'm going to play my knight round here, I think. Okay. Queen, face off. If he's inexperienced, he'll trade. But that does not give him any advantage at all. I'm also threatening, take the knight, bishop takes, I win this. Then this knight will come into here or here, backing up this one, and could hit the queen now. Let's hit the queen and constrain that bishop. Now I've got this massive ass light squared pawn chain. Now you trade, huh? Okay, but now, okay. This is not the problem. He wants to come here and fork me. You shall not. Oh, well done though. That was good. Now, anyway, so he's up a pawn. 2 bishops versus 2 knights. But his light squared bishop is rubbish because of this Great Barrier Reef here. Okay, well that pawn's going nowhere, so let's bring the knight back. He can't push it forwards. He wants to come here. Okay, I'm not going to trade off his light squared bishop because it's rubbish. So I'm going to hold back. I'm going to put my bishop here. That comes with check. 30 more seconds I'd have won that other game, wouldn't I? Okay, I'm just going to shut this bishop out of the game. You are out. Out, my friend. Okay, that's a check. That means you have to move. Yes, exactly. Okay, let's get the... I think my king is probably best off on light squares right now, so I'm just going to crush now. Because I've got all 8 pawns. Haven't I? Yeah. So he's lost a pawn. He's up an exchange. So he's got 2 rooks. But he's lost a pawn. But also this bishop doesn't count at this moment in time. Because it's rubbish. So, okay, he wants to open stuff up. I get that. That's fine. You want to bring your rook out. That means that there's some undefended stuff lying around. Okay, knight. So I kind of want my knights. I don't know. Where do I want my knights? This is okay. Okay, that's fine. And now I can move my king there. Maybe get my rook out. Where does my rook want to be? It wants to be here, really. Remember, my opponent's rated 1123, so he's not used to finding good moves in quick time. So I have to try and complicate matters as much as I can and make him have to calculate. Now he pushes with a discovery on this. I see your mind. Now the king defends that, and so does this knight. Oh, okay, that's not bad. Well done. And now I'm not defending the knight. I can't take the pawn. Oh, I could have taken it with my knight. But then I'm attacking this bishop. Oh, he's doing alright, isn't he? This fella. And now I'm threatening mate. No, I'm not. Because he's got 2 pieces that can come to this square. And he resigned. No, you don't resign there. You do not resign there. Okay, let's try again. Let's do another one. Italian fellow now, so I'm going to go Scandinavian, not Vienna again. Aha, the Zhiravlev counter gambit. We have seen this before. This is very rare though. Okay, we take the pawn. Pawn takes, I think probably pawn takes. rebuild the centre, don't you think? Yeah. Pawn takes queen, can't take as queen takes queen. Okay, now I have the centre. Material is equal, you have no control of the centre with pawns, and you've got your queen out in the board, hanging around like a loose thing. Okay, defended by the knight, hits the queen. It's called developing with tempo. Tempo, tempo, tempo. I'd love to play that, but I can't. So that's c4. c4 looks deadly, no? Oh, I had that as well. d5 was also an option. And then no, not queen there. Oh, well, that's a thought. Don't rush, Hunty. This is a 1400. Should be able to beat 1400s in my sleep. Not really. No, I've seen a lot of good play. There, queen retreats. I'm thinking about... Let's castle first. Hang on, I saw an idea. There. Queen here, there. Knight there. No, it's castle. That's a nice move. That's defended by the knight. My opponent is a pawn up, but is now feeling the pinch. Can't go there, 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 there. Okay, there you go. Righto. Now, I mean, go simple. Connect the rooks, but also threaten this. Comes with check, so there's no trap. There's no g6 trap. Okay. Drop back here. Maybe drop back here. Nice and solid then. Well, it's a thought. Now I've opened up my rook. He has no dark square bishop, so the dark squares are a bit safer. And here, threatening maybe this. Oh no! Check. Oh no! Just not taking due care, that's all. Now that would win the queen. But my opponent's 1400 rated and is going to spot it. Of course you are. Of course you are, sir. Right, if I get there, king goes in the corner. I need to sack this pawn somehow. Oh no, you don't. Okay, I'm just going to try and open up the h-file. That's all I can do. You know, when you get desperate, it calls for desperate measures. Not quite sure what you're doing there. Really not sure what you're doing there. Oh, trading queens. Now you're going to take or what? Can't really let me take you, can you? Can you? This, yes. I don't have a check though. I have this potentially. No, I'm not bothered about that either. Yeah, he's a piece up, but look at his exposed king. Okay, he's got mate in one. If I'm not... Okay. Sack that one. Back to 13-16. Let's go. Where are we in the rankings? 145. We're in the top 150. I'm going to keep going. I'm having a good time. Right, might make this the last one though. Opponent's 1483, and we are going to go Budapest if we can. Okay, now normal moves a knight here. Okay, if knight there, we go here. Threatening bishop takes on there, or even knight takes on there, which forces e3. And then I'm going to play my knight out here. I've been going for this Budapest trap a few times, and I almost had it earlier. Oh, what? Okay, well that's original. Kind of drops the pawn. Now I'm going to do that and force your king out. And then I'm going to take the knight with check. Oh, that's a beautiful. That is priceless. Okay, let's check again with the other bishop. And we are leading the king on a merry dance. Check again. Oh my lord. Crusheroo. Oh, I wish that bishop wasn't there, because I've got a royal fork here. What are we going to do? Trade everything off? Castle long? I think so. Castle long with check. Come on! That hangs. Okay. That's defended right now. So let's centralise the rook. Bishop can easily escape. I'm threatening this with check. And then it's a no, 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 no. That is a possibility, because that's a fork, so I'd have to defend the knight. But I also have... I think just f6. Attack the pinned piece. So that pawn is pinned against the king. Okay, he's doing the same. Now I capture you. If you take this, I take you. You take me. Okay, so I'm going to come here with a threat of my own. So now I'm threatening two things. So now your bishop's going to have to go back there, isn't it? Yes, it is. Quite right. So now I'm slightly down in material. But up in initiative. Okay, now what? Undefended, undefended, undefended. So I think we drop the bishop back here. This attacks two undefended pieces. Pawns, anyway. And now I'm going to attack this one. I know this one's hanging. What? Okay. Should we go for an indestructible pawn cube? Never had one before. Check you. I'll defend the pawn. This is actually very difficult for a knight to be anywhere near this pawn cube. This is like the Borg of pawn structures. Okay, this will be a fun one to win if I can get it. And I'm attacking that actually. Look, I should have took that. Does he play this? He does not. Haha. Okay, here. Now if he pushes... no. So in terms of time, I ought to... I think pawn g3 is okay here. So because his king's so exposed and mine's relatively safe, I ought to have the advantage on the clock. Yeah, so he's done that. So now let's go... His king's in actually a very good square. I'm slightly behind on time. If he comes here, I can go there. You see his king's guarding all these squares, which is really important. Knight's the only defender of that. Nothing's defending these. Signalling he wants to move his knight. Now he's defended that pawn. Can't push that because it's the only defender of the rook. Rook's actually trapped. This one is hairy. Okay, now I can come here. Knight's pinned because it can't move with check. And if it moves, I get the rook. If the rook moves, I get the knight. It's a double pin. King can't go there to attack this pawn. King can't get through here to attack this pawn. Okay. Now what he wants to do is he wants to move his rook with check. So if I'd have gone there, he'd have moved here with check. I have to move out the way and he saves his knight. Oh! Oh! That's good. And I get this. And it's not... What? Okay, I'm still going to go for this, I think. Oh, then he gets this pawn with check. Now he's attacking the pawn again. But if knight comes here... No, he can't do that now because I get the rook. But if I go there, knight takes this with check. Then I have to go there and then he trades rooks. But then I actually get two passed pawns in theory. So that's what I'm saying, game is still on. So let me know in the comments if you enjoy watching live Blitz or whether you would prefer... Oh, draw by repetition. Well, I'll take that all day long. Okay, should we do one last one? Go on, just for fun, and let's see who we get. I'm on 1320. I'm against the 1377. He's in position 146, and we've got a Sicilian. Good. So I'm enjoying my Grand Prix now. This is closed Sicilian with the knight there. Okay, and we trade off. So that's one of my goals completed, getting rid of my light square bishop. Don't think, now that he's fianchettoed that bishop, he's not going to want to trade it off, is he? So let's come here, here, here. That's the idea. If I had two more moves, checkmate. So here's a good thing. This actually came out in a lesson yesterday that I did with somebody, which was as a way of thinking about potential attacking ideas, imagine that you had three moves. Can you checkmate your opponent? Can you win the game if I gave you three moves from this point? Right? And okay, I'm going to lose my bishop. We've got queen takes. And then that undefends that. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! 1377. You attack my queen, do you? Right. Time to dig in now. I've lost the bishop pair in return for a knight and just one pawn. Okay, let's defend this pawn. Could have moved that as well, attack the queen. Huh. defends one pawn at least, but not that one. Ugh. No, this guy's too sharp right now. Or I'm slowing down. One or the other. Okay. Just going to see this one through. I'm going to finish on 13-11 as things 13 as things stand. Okay. Rook here, hit the queen again. And lose a knight. No, forget it. Alright. I think I've worn myself out. Okay, but that was a load of fun. So yeah, let me know in the comments, do you like watching the live Blitz or not? But I hope you've enjoyed that to some extent. My finishing position was number 143 out of 2,100 players who've taken part so far. So not too unhappy with that. So I've won 7.5 out of 13, so just in front. So yeah, not too bad. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. See you soon.